I first heard of Children of the Nations about 15 days before I landed in Uganda and Malawi to do this film. I had no idea what was happening from day to day, and every step was a complete surprise. But what I saw changed me forever.
People don't disclose that they have got HIV. Why? Because they are afraid of segregation. They will create a lie to say they have fever or they have a headache, but without disclosing the cause of the headache. So that's why HIV is killing many people, because it's not everybody who is aware of it and the ways how to get it. The village is infested with many old people and very young people, but the middle-aged people, they are very few, because most of them are dying of HIV.
When they got pregnant, they're afraid of their mothers that are going to shelter them. Or
so they
their
just
friends.
Abandon their kids.
Yeah, and their friends, maybe they're going to laugh at them. So when they get birth to the babies, then they just leave them along the rivers. Others, they kill them.
In Lilongwe, we estimate 1 in 5 adults are infected with HIV. So, and then actually in Blantyre, it's probably closer to 1 in 4, maybe 1 in 3 in certain areas. So it's a huge problem, beyond really what you can even grasp.
This is my visual journey into Africa, and these are the strongest impressions that I returned with. I got to visit the villages where these children were born. I got to experience where they live now. And I understood where they would have ended up if COTN did not exist. Now, I have never given a dime to any charitable organization. How much of the money actually reaches the people or cause you intended the support for? Let's face it, other people's money is the best money to spend. Fancy offices, first-class travel, large salaries, all under the guise of helping the most vulnerable people on Earth. Chris and Debbie Clark are two people mobilizing thousands to make a difference. I thought it best that we use their words to outline Children of the Nations.
The thing that's been great to see for me over the span of our mission is seeing how God's used the abilities of Chris as just growing up in Africa, being a missionary kid and understanding the third world.
Chris had a meeting in Chiwengo village with the chief tribesmen who wanted more for themselves and their own children after seeing how well COTN was taking care of their orphans. Chris, in his no-nonsense way, told them how it was going to be. This is a great example of his experience in Africa and being able to handle a potentially volatile situation. This shows how your money will not be squandered, misappropriated, or intimidated away from the orphans and the mission of COTN.
Now let me give you a little bit of history about our relationship with you here.
Ndifuna ndingobwerera mbuyo pang'ono pokamba mbiri ya chiyanjano chathu cha muno mmudzi.
My wife and I, Debbie,
mkazi wanga ndi ine Debbie,
visited West Africa.
Ndidachezera kuno kwa Africa.
And we saw the children and the needs that they had.
Ndidaona chosowa pa ana amene ndidaona nthawi imene.
And we thought, how can we allow the children of Africa to suffer like this? And so we went back to the United States and we looked for a big organization that could give lots of money to help the children in Africa. But guess what happened?
Koma inu tangogaza chinthu chidachitika.
We couldn't find an organization. So our friends began to dig into their pockets.
And
they began to give us one kwacha after another for these children to stay alive. And today we have about 80 children here that are alive. These are the worst of your country. But yet, these that are the worst will one day be the best.
We feel like our sponsorship program is one of the best because we really care for the whole child. So we're not just looking at a small need they may have in the realm of their life, but we're dealing with those kids on, there's 4 areas of their life we talk about: emotional, social, physical, and spiritual. And we address all those areas for the children that we work with.
But I have to ask you, what about you? How are you helping to raise these children that are the most desperate of Malawi. Or you say, oh, I see those children in that home there.
ena amanguti aya tikuona ana amene ali nyumbamo.
They've come all the way from Lilongwe to my village.
Ena achokera ku Lilongwe nkuzangokhala.
You see, I see they have electricity inside that home.
Aona ni muli magesi abwino nyumba mmene.
And I see that they have good clothes.
Komanso ndikuona kuti akuchena kwambiri.
And I know they're eating good there. I don't need to do anything for those children.
Niona ngati kuti kwa ine
In fact, what about me? What about me?
Nanga ineyo.
What about my child? Now let me tell you this.
Ndifuna ndinene chinthu ichi.
I could take any one of these children here
Ndikozotenga mwana wina aliyense yapano.
away from their mother
Tekungomulanda choka kwa amayi ake.
and take them into a village where these children have come and these children would die. These aren't children that have come from a place like Chowingo village.
Ana yawa kukutsimikizani sadachoke kumalo ngati mmene mwachiwengo muno.
These children are children that they have suffered.
Ana amenewa akhala ana amene anavutika ndi zedi.
They have been abused.
Ambiri ayiwo zachitikira
They have
nzosaneneka.
been despised.
Ambiri ayiwo kusalidwa zedi.
People have taken the fire and burned them for no
Ena
reason.
mpana utenga ndithu moto kuwaotcha vana popanda chifukwa.
They've been told, oh, because your parents died, you are evil. Can I afford to help your Malawi children? Can I afford to do that?
Kodi kwa ine nekha kodi teni ngakwanirisa ana onse m'Malawi.
No. But together we all can
Koma
do it.
tonse pamodzi titha kutha ntchito imeneyi.
Finances have always directly affected the kids first, but my husband's a penny pincher as well, so he's always looking for the best deal, or we say the best bang for the buck.
Do you see me come into your house saying, where's my money? You know I'm taking care of your children, where's my kwacha? And many of my friends say, hey, why are you taking money from America to Africa?
Ambiri anzanga amandisudzula kuti
We have our own problems, why don't you spend the money here?
osauka kuno kapasi.
We have to explain to them, yes, but it is different. The kind of need that we have here in America is so different than the need in Africa. If you want medicine,
Ngati mufuna mankhwala,
you're going to have to pay for it. You're going to have to work for it.
mwene opena pake ngati
Why?
chifukwa chani?
Because I don't give anything away for free. If I give it to you, I've taken something from you. When I give you something, I devalue you. But if I say, let's go and work in the garden together, and you can make your garden, we can work together, I give you some fertilizer for
Then
your
ndikupaseni
crops.
zimene mmasowa ngati fetereza kuti muthire mmenemu.
At the end of the day, you give me money back with maize.